He kicks ass. Is Conor McGregor a power puncher? From what I see, absolutely. But the thing is this, once Conor McGregor get with his team, and I'm pretty sure that he has spoke with his team about making this fight happen. Don't bid yourself out. Don't ask for too much. Ask for just enough so you're extremely comfortable so you wouldn't have to work again. But don't ask for a Floyd Mayweather number. You know, because we can go to the Guinness Book. We can go to the Guinness Book of World Record and go look at all my records. But then when we pull up his name, you ain't gonna see shit.
Cool legacy, isn't it?
That right now, the Conor McGregor fight and Floyd Mayweather is the most talked about thing in sports, not just boxing, in sports right now. Well, I think I'm over the hill. But I do think I'm over the hill. Conor McGregor is in his 20s. I'm now in my 40s. So Conor McGregor is in his 20s. I'm now in my 40s. And I've been off a couple years. So I may be rusty. I just don't know. But we'll just have to see. So, you know, you can never overlook no one. You can never overlook no one. I got to where I got to by not overlooking no one. Never take nothing for granted. Always know that we're all equal, and every time I compete against anyone, I just want to be on the even playing field. That's all I ask.
Final one from me, Floyd, before we hand over to the floor. Two businessmen are coming up as well. Just a short answer on this one. Is your gut feeling that fight will happen, and do you think you will fight the 50th fight against anyone?
I'm being honest. If the Conor McGregor, I'm not really pressed about it, but if it happens, it happens. If it don't, my money still gonna come in every month. My smart investments still gonna come in every month.
7.17 million Twitter followers. You've only done 7,500 tweets. Instagram. I said you've got. This is the final thing about you. It's going to introduce the businessman up. One of the other things about you, which is quite extraordinary, you've always done it your way. And I, you know, as a writer and as an observer on you, you captured social media early, and you were very, very clever with it. You had an instinct for it. 7.17 million Twitter followers. 7,513 tweets, if you haven't done another one tonight. And Instagram, you've only done 509 posts, and you've got 14.5 million followers. That's pretty genius as far as I'm concerned. Where's it come from?
That came from my team. You know, everybody, you know, that's with my team played a major role. Like I said before, I have to say thanks to my team. My team be up day in and day out, busting their ass to make sure that we get everything that we have to get while we're at the top. And that's what it's about. If it's something that you want to accomplish in life, don't sit back and say, I'm gonna go today. I'm thinking about going today. No, I'm gonna go tomorrow. I'm gonna go Wednesday. If it's something that you want to go for in life, fuck it, go for it. That's my mentality. Every time I go out and before the bell rings, my mentality is always the same. I say to myself, fuck it, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. But to be able to be in a sport, and not have no sponsorship. I mean, no sponsorship at all.
You had one for the Pacquiao fight, didn't you? Did you have one?
That's not, no, sponsorship is when,
What sponsor?
no, they just paid me to put a patch on my trunks. It was
Every
millions.
one in your whole career, wasn't it?
Probably,
When you were at the very top of it. That's what's extraordinary about you.
Well,
You did it your way.
well, FanDuel, well, of course, FanDuel put a patch on my trunks for 7 figures. Hublot gave me 7 figures. I couldn't turn that down. You know, with that extra money, I paid the IRS. You know,
For you.
yes.
Good for you.
Yes, so, but, no, I made you think I was the B side. I was always the A side. Yes.
Floyd, ladies and gentlemen, can we just give Floyd a round of applause? I think he's been extraordinary here today. We're going to go to the floor for some questions in a minute, but first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite up our headline sponsors. We've got Nick Smith from LNX coming up, and Adam Stott from the Big Business Events. And Adam is just going to ask Floyd a couple of questions. And I think you're presenting them with boxing gloves, Floyd. Is that right? Oh, there they are. It's Adam. This is Adam and Stott, and then we've got Nick Smith. Now, as Floyd Money Mayweather has shown us tonight, he's as adept at business as he is at boxing, and he's got more and more kind of adept at it. Adam's going to ask you a couple of questions. Take a seat, Adam, about business.
Thank you. Honoured to be with you, Floyd. Absolute honour. Thank you. I run a company called Big Business Events, so I was going to ask you some questions about business, but after you said about the bitches, I think I might go with that. But we'll stick to the business. But essentially, in business, you've reached the top of your game, and you know the brand that you built, Floyd Money Mayweather, is to be admired. How does somebody go about building that brand if they're not necessarily in that position? How do they go about building that brand and creating that brand for themselves?
I think that we have to try to pick the best people that we can pick and put them in a certain position to help us grow. Everybody is not born to be a CEO. Everybody's not born to be a superstar. So whatever position that you're in, be the best in that position.
And how did you have the foresight? Obviously, you created Mayweather Promotions, and you know you're a boxer, and you obviously saw that going on, saw where the money was. How did you have that foresight to do that? And what's it been? What real advantages has it given you in the industry?
Well, the reason why I've started Mayweather Promotions is because of this. For so many years, the promoters that's been promoting these fighters have been making more money than the fighters, and the fighters are going out there competing. So what I did was this. I said, I'm going to get involved, and I believe in the talent making the lion's share. And that's what I believe in. I believe that the talent should make more money than the promoter. You know, me as a promoter, I'm not saying with me taking all the risk and me taking all the chances, believing in these fighters, of course, you know, I still want to make a couple dollars, but I think the fighter should go home after blood, sweat, and tears, and he should make more than the promoter, easily.
And what really interested me, now you're promoting the fight, so you obviously fought on your own promotions.
When I became my own promoter,
Yeah.
when I was fighting under a promoter, when I was fighting under Bob Arum, I was making little paydays. I was making 6 million, 7 million, probably 8 million. The first fight, when I left him, I made 8 figures. The first fight.
But what I wanted to know is, how did you focus? You were fighting, you're in the ring, you've got big responsibility, you talked about focus earlier, it's all going on for you, you've got to be ready, you've got an unbeaten record to protect, you've got your reputation to protect, but then you've got to hold an event and put the promotions on. How did you manage to do that, you know, and keep the right focus in the right place?
Well, what I do is bounce ideas, you know, with my team, you know. I think that with all of us, I think meditating plays a major key in anyone's life. You don't have to just sit and meditate, but you need to sit quietly throughout the day sometimes and think about where you want to be at. Some people, where you want to be at next year. I said, it's all about growth. If I help someone, if I didn't make any more money, but I help everyone around me grow and become better, that's a plus. Because then they don't have to depend on me anymore.
In terms of coaching and mentoring, obviously in my business, we really believe in the importance of coaching and mentoring people and how important that is. How important has coaching and mentoring been in your career for you? And was there someone in particular that just really helped you to reach the levels that you got to?
The best advice that I've got in the sport of boxing, the best advice that my dad has ever given to me. He said, son, if you want to be in this sport, longevity. I said, yes. I said, yes, I want to be in the sport a long time. He said, the less you get hit in any sport, the longer you'll last. So I never really wanted to take punishment. You know, even like with any fight, you know, I gotta be smart. Because, you know, early on, when I was pretty boy, I was more explosive. I was a heavy hitter, power puncher, you know, dynamite speed, dynamite footwork, you know, dynamite agility. But you get older, your body changes. So when my body started to break down, on me. Throughout my career, my body started to break down. So once my body broke down, I knew I didn't take any punishment, so I still had my mental. I still was mentally strong and real sharp, real intelligent. So what I did was this. I'm gonna still find a way to beat these different opponents, even though I'm beating these guys and I'm not 100%. But my mental is 100%. As long as my mental is 100%, I can find a way to get the job done.
And my final question to you, and I have to say it's been an honour for me, and thank you to you for answering the questions. My final question is, with all successful people, especially someone that is pretty much one of the most successful people in the world, right? You've got long-term aims and ambitions, and I'm sure there is an overall goal that you want, you know, because you're that kind of man that's going to know what he wants. What is next for Floyd Mayweather? What does the future hold? And what is that big goal that comes next in your life for you?